Hi, my name is Pastor Mwale.
And I'm Pastor Chantel.
And we are so glad for the opportunity that you've played this video to get a sense of what is happening in this nation, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and internationally. We all know that we are being faced with the COVID-19 virus, and we want to equip you with 4 key areas that is going to guide us as a church, the Key of David International, in supporting you in maximizing your success
and unlocking your God-given potential.
I want to recap. Number 2, we want to look at the response. Number 3, we want to support you in retooling. And number 4, in reflecting. The COVID-19 virus has been announced by the World Health Organization as an international pandemic. And it is very important that we take it seriously and to make the necessary adjustments. Currently, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago has reported 4 confirmed cases, imported cases. It is not from a community, but are imported cases. And the necessary steps are required where the government of Trinidad and Tobago is and has made a decision to flatten the curve to suppress community spread. And there is some essential advice that has been given today so that we are now taking the necessary steps in making the necessary adjustments that are required.
So some things that you'll maybe experience during this time is the fact that schools will be closed until the 20th of April. They are requesting, the government that is, that there only be very small gatherings and going to businesses that are essential. So we want to minimize the impact by encouraging you to only gather if it's essential. So schools will be closed, bars and restaurants will be closed as well, or they're encouraging folks to close or provide a curbside type of assistance to get your food. What are some other impacts in terms of travel?
And in terms of travel, there has been a cessation or a stop of all international travel that is coming into the country because, as I said before, 4 of our cases have been imported cases, and the only persons that are allowed into the country would be citizens or nationals. And when we say citizens or nationals, that includes persons who are permanent residents who are allowed to come into the country, but non-nationals will not be permitted to come into the country for the next 14 days. So all of these restrictions and advice is with a 14-day restriction, with exception the schools being closed until April the 20th. This is where you come in. The concept of congregation or gathering, according to the CDC, they have advised 50 or less. Trinidad and Tobago government has advised 25 or less in an abundance of caution. So now that we have set the stage of our recap, we want to let you know what will be our response. Now our response will be taken into 3 key areas. We want to look at our children. So as a ministry, we have made the decision to support our youth through online learning, e-learning, giving you the resources that are required for those of you who need daycare services.
Yes, we will reach out to us. Our number is 279-3455, and we will help you, assist you in figuring out what you can do for your children during this time of need, because we know there are some of you who still have to work, and having a proper caretaker for your child is going to be essential.
All right, so this daycare services obviously is not going to be provided by by our ministry, but we are looking at the network of providers that work within our ministry, who are partners in our ministry, that will be able to support you in this season. Also, for those who are preparing for SEA, we would be providing online services, online learning, and more importantly, for those who are looking to endeavor on homeschooling during this time, this extended period of being at home, what are some of the tools that are required for this season? More importantly, what are we doing in our response for our senior citizens? We call them the forever youngers. The forever youngers, our friends, those who are the patriarchs of our community, our church, and this nation. So we're providing emergency medical relief for those who need prescriptions filled, and food support. Senior citizens, you are more susceptible to interacting with this virus, and we want you to be safe. All right, so as a church, we are providing that service, and when we use the term service, it's free. All right, so I don't want anybody thinking this is a paid service. No, it's a free service. This is who we are as a ministry, and we're just continuing that outreach as a church.
Support also includes essential items, as you saw in many countries. Toothpaste is selling out, toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and all of that. So we will be able to help you in that regard as well.
And number 3, retool. We're looking at the importance of retooling. What would be our response as a ministry? You know, this for us, we don't see this as a challenge, but we see this as an amplification of our vision. Our ministry's founding documents states that we are the church. We don't just come to church. It is from a realization that the church is an ecclesiasty or a collection of people who believe in the ministry of Christ and the power of discipleship. So with that in mind, we have not only understood the importance of how this virus spreads, but also the importance of caution. As you know, and as many of you would know, we are a community-based church. Our environment is applicable and is an evergreen environment. It's a fresh, open, free environment. And when we gather on Sundays, it's called our family reunion time. And we do not have the alert concern of the spread of the virus, but as leaders in the community and leading by example, today the state has advised that congregations, any type of congregation, all right, congregations in businesses, in bars, in casinos, in cinemas, all these things should be curtailed. So for the next 14 days, the Key of David International would be suspending our on-campus or our in-person location of our services, and we would be meeting online, same times, on Sundays at 7 a.m. for time of prayer and 8 a.m. for our family reunion service, and also on Fridays for our time of prayer as well. So online, you go to KODITT.org to see our schedule, and we will be streaming live from Facebook at the Key of David International, where you can partake in this time of fellowship from a distance, because interestingly enough, our theme for the next 3 months, even before this COVID virus pandemic, is we serve a God of time and space. All right, so it is very, very instructive of where we are at. God has been preparing us for it, and you would have an opportunity to have an intimate service, intimate activity, intimate connection with us online for the next 14 days.
That's exciting news. So you can keep your pajamas on and have your breakfast while you are being blessed by the word.
Also, Retool, we want you to remember the vision of KODI Green. We've sent person to be trained, to be equipped to start your own kitchen garden. This is going to be a time, those skills are going to be very, very essential. Grow your own food. As a family, we are leading by example. We've been growing and expanding our kitchen garden. I've been Green Thumb, and it's been a very rewarding experience. With depressed oil and gas prices, there will be the challenge. People would, no matter how much you tell people don't panic, there would be people who would be putting pressure on retailers and supermarkets. So we want you to be proactive and have emergency supplies, medical supplies, and also grow your own food so that we can pass through this season. And in conclusion, the last R is? Reflect.
So it's important that we remember that Jesus Christ is the center of it all, and He promised that He will never leave us or forsake us. So during this time where it seems like what's happening, the whole world is coming to an end, well, not so fast. God is still present and He still reigns, and He has left us with this promise, which can be found in
Psalm 91. He said, "He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. When we look at that text in Psalm 91 verse 1, when it says, he that dwells in the secret place of the Most High and shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty, I want to encourage you in this time to rest. Do not panic because of the pandemic. All right, do not panic because of the pandemic. People panic because of a lack of knowledge. All right, follow the instructions of healthy hygiene, washing your hands consistently for 20 seconds. Follow the health experts who have said practice social distancing if you are experiencing flu-like symptoms. All right, knowledge is power. Coughing in the crown of your hand, understanding that not every cough and every sneeze is the coronavirus. We are in the flu season. All right, so there are people who would exhibit flu-like symptoms, but it is not necessarily the coronavirus. We also are in the dry season. All right, so there is the move of Sahara dust across the sub-Sahara. People having heightened sinuses. So everybody who has a runny nose, please don't go running around screaming, Corona, Corona, Corona. Let's be wise, let us be patient, and let us truly reflect to know that we must rest in the understanding that when we are equipped with the vital information, all will be well. And this greatest truth that I want to leave with you, when in Psalm 91 it also says, you shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Shadow means night, and night is a season, and this will also pass. I want to remind you of that. This will also pass. All right, this is just a season, and God will equip you for this season to deal with the challenges ahead. So remember, stay blessed. Any questions you have, you can reach us at 279-3455. That's
279-3455.
Or you can visit us on www.koditt.org. Do have a great day.